and thank you for being here. Welcome to Tiny Milestones Presents The First Few Days. In this course, you're going to learn how to beautifully photograph your baby within their first few days. So that means I'm going to teach you all the tips and tricks that you need to know in order to get great photos right in the hospital room. Welcome. You're able to take this course at any pace you're comfortable with. We're going to start off with this introduction, which is nice and easy. If at any point you have any questions about the lessons or even questions that aren't touched on the lessons, just shoot me an email. My email can be found below this lesson and any lesson that you'll be watching. So what do you say? Let's dive in. My name is Kimberly Dillon. At the time of recording this, I have been a portrait photographer for about a decade now. That's a lot longer than I realized. But anyways, I started off where you're at. I had a digital point and shoot camera. I didn't know how to mess with all those buttons. All I did was point and shoot and take my photos. And my first job out of college and as a photographer was at JCPenney Portrait Studio. There I learned all about how to quickly compose images and get a variety of different shots in a short amount of time. So even though it was a nice fancy camera that I was using and a studio with great lights, all I did was just click the clicker. I never touched any of the settings. So let's move on a little bit from JCPenney, since I wasn't there for too long. And while I was there, I actually decided to go back to school to get my teaching credential. I wanted to teach grade school art. And after I was done with that program, I tried finding a job in grade school, teaching in art. But it was a little difficult because they decided to defund all of arts and education then. But anyways, I was able to fall back onto my photography career. And then I found a job working for a company that did newborn photos in the hospital. I worked for the company for 6 years. During that time, I took photos of over 5,000 babies in dozens of different hospitals. And I even trained photographers how to quickly take newborn photos in all types of rooms. One of the reasons why I don't do studio work is that I believe that real moments happen in real places. And what's more real than a hospital room when you haven't slept more than 3 hours in the last 48, you haven't showered, and you might be wearing some real fancy mesh panties. These days after your child is born are as real as it gets. Now, I'm not saying you have to document you and all your glory during this time, but that shouldn't stop you from getting amazing photos of your new baby in their very first days. So, enough about me. Let's move on to what you will be learning in this course. So what exactly will you be learning in this fabulous free course? Not including this introduction, there are 4 lessons and 1 bonus lesson. So that's a total of 6 videos to watch. Each lesson will cover 1 topic and will have action steps to help you prepare and practice. That way you're ready when your baby comes, even if you aren't feeling 100%. The topics that we will be going over are what to bring to the hospital to get those great shots, how to find the best light in any room, how to pose a baby that can't really do much at this age, the camera angles that I love to use in the hospital, and lastly, how to photograph a baby in the NICU or ICN. During my time working in hospitals, I photographed a bunch of babies in regular hospital rooms, but I also photographed a lot of babies in intensive care nurseries. So I know all of them can be quite different, and I can teach you things that I learned along the way to help you out in case your baby needs to stay an extra couple days at the hospital. So that is all. There's no action steps for today except for to meet me in lesson 1. So I will see you there. Bye, guys.